right, so here we are. We're at convention Hurricon, and this is going to be the first convention that yours truly has been at since 1987. Looking forward to it. Edgar, Damien have this great game, Firelock Games of Blood and Steel. Going to participate a little bit, watch the demo. Also see some great friends here at the Wyndham in Kissimmee for Hurricon. Games that you're going to see here is this Wild West game right here is fantastic. It's a great setup. Indians, cavalry, cowboys. Once upon a time in the West is the rules that they're using. Really, you know, let's get a really good shot of that game. This is such a nice game. It really is. Cowboys, Mexicans, Indians. The detail of the terrain is really, really nice. The paint job on the figures are really good too. So I'm going to get another look at that game. So one of the things that I like seeing when I go to conventions like this is seeing all the different types of games that get played as you do when you go to your conventions. As you know, 19th century, something I really like is kind of the oddball deals. So let's take a look at this game right here. It's a naval combat. And the rules are Admiral of the Fleet. Now I believe that game I believe that they're doing some if you look at one of the things that you'll see is Admiral of the Fleet actually does fleet actions from 1880 to 1945. And at Recon in 2023, they're going to do a combined fleet, Admiral of the Fleet and Sword in the Flame game for a Moroccan crisis of 1904. So to be able to come into Recon next year and see the late 19th century, it's going to be really, really nice. So these guys are doing a great job. Love you all. Everybody's having a great time. Yeah, I love that. So right now, these gentlemen are playing a prelude to Borodino, Napoleonics. Now, normally I don't talk about Napoleonics on the podcast, but it is 19th century, it's early 19th century. These guys are having a great time. The figures look fantastic. The terrain really, really nice. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into this game. They wanted to have a really good game. So we're going to get some pictures of what's going on in here. So this is what I love about wargaming. You hear these guys yelling, screaming, calling out the rules, excited to play the game. This is what makes me go, I love this game. So, Shot and Shield, yours truly, Scott, the Lord Scott. We're inside Hurricon 2022. Jumping in here, watching Edgar play his Firelock games, Blood and Steel. It's a great looking game. And actually, my videographer, the famous Sherry, the wife, she's going to be jumping in here and kind of showing you some of the game. But you got to take a look at it. It's a great setup. They're doing American Civil War skirmish game, and so yeah, go ahead. You want to see like on the cavalry?
I was as close to that fence as I can get right now.
That's fine. Yeah,
we're just trying to get within 20 inches.
Otherwise, you will have to spend an active
No. So we're 20 retired.
No, those guys are in the old private 39.
They're in there open.
What did I just cross? Across the cultivated field. That's about crazy.
All right, you got 6 dice. So that's just a little piece of the game that they have going on now. Yours truly going to be jumping in a little bit for their demo. But this is one of those games that, you know, I like to talk about on the show. 19th century. It is all about sword, musket, horse, hack and slash, having some fun, 19th century colonialism, stuff like that. So this is a perfect example of some of those games.
Obviously, 2 people defending doesn't make it a lot of fun, right? So there's only one defense. You randomly choose that, and depending on what your national trait is, that may give you an opportunity to choose a mission first. Okay. And some of the nations, basically, if you choose a specific mission, you may give that to your opponent to play. So, like if the Mexican American, the U.S. they choose first, but they choose to defend, they give it to the Mexican side. They actually pull a control or an amplitude. So that might impact it. Otherwise, what you do is you look at how many leaders you have and your strength of leadership. So Union has a captain, Confederacy has a lieutenant. They get the initiative tiebreaker, which would give them the opportunity to select the mission first. And then
you change the missions in the game, or is it
so you choose it random.
whatever the rest of random once a game?
Yeah. Whatever you choose for your game is what you're going to do for that game. So the missions are going to tell you where you're going to deploy, what your objectives are, and also how in certain cases. So in this forage case, we have these objective markers. What do you explain this game to your backwards? But I'm explaining about the missions, right? So for some missions, these are important. For some missions, it doesn't matter. Patrol, you don't care about those.
Right.
However, maybe you want to play a mind game with your opponent. So you start kind of husbanding towards one of those, and you hover around it, acting like you're interested in it, and maybe that forces them to come after you, and you're going to help them for years. Again, after you've played the game a couple times, if you set up the same way all the time as you're supposed to for patrol or for forage or whatever, people are going to be like, he's got this. However you can, like in this case, your deployment area is 1 foot in for patrol. So you could play an activation dice that's 2 actions, only deploy inches in, and then you let the other thing go. Normally you would say, I'm going to advance twice or run or whatever, right? So that's another way to kind of have a mind game. You're not necessarily indicating what you're doing right out of the gate. But again, it's going to tell you what your objective. So in this case, if you don't care about those for forage, you do want to
Are you videoing him? Oh,
an
okay.
objective marker and then pull it back to your side. If you do that, that's going to cause nutrition. So as you take possession, hurting your enemy, and then if you bring it back to your table edge, it's going to cause them to have a second attrition. So then all you have to do is cause enough casualties to force the third attrition.
So I'm getting ready to play this. I'll give some explanation. I'm going to lose this game so badly right now. I'm not good at the games I know. This is going to be awesome.
We're going to play for 20 minutes. If you want to keep playing, we keep playing. If you're like, okay, I've seen enough, I think I know what I'm talking about, I want to go around, you can do that too. So, we've done all right. So, Gary, I meant to move that artillery back behind the Lycan. So, let's understand the table. This line of Lycan is really where the table starts. So, you're going to measure that table on. We're playing a 3x6. The wooded areas with the lichen and the trees, the rough ground, instead of moving 4 inches over there, you move 3 inches per activation. The fences are really obstacles. If you want to go across the fence, it takes you one action just to get to the other side. They also provide you cover. The house, if someone's going to get the house, don't worry about it right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. That's not the right house for this period, but it works well enough. Everything else is I'm going to teach as we play, because it'll be the easiest way to do this and not be here for another hour. So take your dice that are next to each unit. We're going to create an initiative dice pool with those. So just grab all of those orange dice. Gary's going to grab all of his purple dice. And you're going to roll those together. You're going to create an initiative dice pool. And then the next thing to do, Scott, you can take that and basically just transfer these over to 0 is a 10. Okay. That is common knowledge. Scott can see Gary's dice pool initiative dice pool. Gary can see Scott's. So you can see what each other has. However, what you're going to do now is, using the dials, you're going to dial up one of those values. He's going to dial up one of those values. Whoever dials the highest gets to go first. Next thing you know, if you dial a 1, 2, or a 3, whatever unit you activate with that gets 1 action. If it's a 4 or higher, the unit gets 2 actions. Alright. If you don't want to go first and you want to react to what the other guy's doing, you want to dial low. Let him go first. If you want to get going fast, you can obviously dial high. So go ahead and put your dial. And when you're done, do me a favor, put the dial down so I can see that you're ready. Gary's ready, Scott's ready. So go ahead and flip them over, and then take that die that you just dialed and put it on top of the dial, so that I know what you got. So Union has 5. So Confederates go first with 2 actions. And they're coming in. His mission is for him to come in from the table edge. So got it. And then this is the last one.
So this is going to be quite hard. So we will check back in with them later.
So Gary chooses a unit. He's going to say, I'm going to activate.
It's going to be a great game though.
I'm going to activate my cavalry.
Gold and steel. Fire lot games.
Many balls? Yeah.
A penny for your thoughts.
I'm so gonna lose.
Go ahead and flip them, and then put the die on top. So Scott went big time with a 10. All right. So Union, you get to move, activate a unit, and take 2 actions. You just want to keep them there? You want to keep them mounted or dismounted? Okay. Do you want to run with them? Running makes it harder for him to hit you, but if you keep running, you fatigue yourself. Excellent. And then we put the die next to them. And they're done. And then,
So I can move my command on and I can fire it.
what you might not want to do is move your leaders like
Completely in the open.
you might start shooting.
A lot going on here.
All right. So technically, one action was for him just to come up here. Right. So he still has the second action, which is you activated with 10, and he has to come in.
That doesn't mean he has to.
Yeah, you know, no, he's been forfeiting second actions all turn. So
I want to give my second action, command to mechanic.
excellent. All right, Gary. So he's commanding the gun. He gave the gun a command to fire over there. Gun. Okay. It takes 2 reload markers with the shot, they cannot move and shoot. So that's your 2 reload markers. You're going to roll 6 dice. Where are the rest of the dice? 3, he's got them all.
I'm just on the rolls. They get any kind of gun save, but I'm not yours to make it harder. Can I aim?
Okay, we're on our way back there and we're going to check in and see how the game's going. They look kind of really into what's going on, so let's take a look.
And line of sight of him instead of using his shield.
Fix bayonets.
Yes. So re-roll the whole thing.
He raises off 3 inches off the ground.
Watch, I get all ones.
Oh, that would be worth.
There we
Oh
go.
no, you did the opposite. Okay, so go ahead and put this up over here. We're gonna get to that in a moment. This is his final roll.
Yep.
It is your decision now. Do you want to keep that initiative roll?
I want to see what happens on the Calamity.
All right. So over there, Gary has no 10s. But
I think it'll be good to see the Calamity.
So he's gonna take
You're
a.
not going to reroll or you are?
He's gonna.
Well, actually, I think we have to determine the calamities are done after, right? Calamities and fortunes are done after they decide whether they're reroll.
Yeah, decide and then. All right. Okay. So
Oh, I see.
you have a fortune because you have more 10s than 1s. So we're gonna roll that. We're gonna look at the fortune and calamity chart. You got a 2. That's not the best one. Actually, load and charge. Choose a unit. It may remove 1 reload marker and charge him if able. Well, this unit has reload, so you might as well just do that. Boom, free reload there. Nope, just you only remove 1.
Oh, so 2.
Yeah, and you're not gonna be able to charge. Yeah, it says remove 1 reload marker. So okay, it wasn't like the best, but it wasn't bad. All right, Gary, you roll a d10
On the Calamity
on the
chart.
calamity chart. You roll a 10.
Wavering. Choose a friendly unit to make a 1d10 resolve test. If failed, it takes 1 fatigue.
Okay, so he calls on a unit. He's taking a bit of a risk.
We're going to put it on this one.
Okay.
That's a 4, so that fails.
He failed it, so he
It takes 1 fatigue.
And that all happened out of turn. Something happened in between. There you go. There we go. Okay. Now, Scott looks at his dice, Gary looks at his dice, and you start dialing your values. Now we start in turn 2, in earnest. When you activate them, if they move, they're going to lose that. Same thing with this run. Okay. If he chooses to run with them again, they're going to take another point of fatigue. All right. The Zulus don't.
That makes sense.
They run 3 miles and still fun about it. All right, go ahead and flip them. 4 and a 5. So put the 5 over here and he puts the 4 over there. So Union, you get to activate a unit. Which one would you like to activate with 2 actions, which is the 5?
Yeah, let us know. We'll give it a shot. Yeah. Well, we signed up for a breakout question.
Come on, Yankees!
Which one okay, that's a fun one. It's going to be basically this table.
So if I want to do a run,
We can even this.
That's
8 inches.
That's 8 inches. You move 8 inches. It's like just like if you have move to move. You can actually move and move again, and then move at 8 inches. Or you can say, I'm going to do it as I run.
so I'm doing this as a run.
Yeah, and you have a gap to go through there. That's fine. And we're going to put that time there so that everybody knows that. They're a little
No,
hard
it
to
doesn't
hit.
stack though, right?
Cover and run stack.
It does.
Cover and cover doesn't. Cool. So that's all they get to do. They ran. Perfect. Gary has a 4.
Okay.
So the Confederates will.
Up here, move and fire.
We are going to move and fire.
Yep.
Right, so you're going to close the range a little bit. All right, Gary, you need dice, don't you? You need a bunch of dice. You have 8
dice.
7,
And the range is 23.
yeah, you need 10. And these longer ranges basically restore intensity. When you play like with Zulus and stuff,
Nothing.
the Martini Henrys, it's a different game. For one thing, they don't take the reload markers because you're reloading so quickly. For another,
Well, I noticed that on here these are carbines.
their range is small.
The range is small, but they reload.
When they're mounted, however, watch this. When you mount it, you have repeater pistols, so you're only shooting this.
Right.
You'll do this with the carabines when you dismount. Right, so, okay, yeah, I guess we're dialing. I think Scott's already dialed.
Okay.
All right, flip them and put the die on top.
6.
5.
Yeah, exactly. So
Confederates go first.
Alright.
there you go. Yeah.
So I am going to.
It's going to be a time to help you out.
That is going to be sweet. Perfect. So I have like 16 Bavarians.
Activate these guys over here with the 6.
Okay. You get 2 actions. What would you like to do?
And our goal in, especially if a person's going to get a warrant,
I'm gonna move them up to
So go ahead and move them 4 inches.
the edge. What's the distance from shooting into terrain, like out?
You cannot shoot through, so
They have to be
if
at the
this
lip.
guy's here, you cannot go through lines of terrain to do it, but you can
Okay.
be in the terrain and shoot out of it, yes.
Okay, so
However, cover, but the cover doesn't stack, so you're good.
Yeah. Can I make it?
If you want to, go ahead and move them
and then we'll just
3 inches, because terrain will slow you down by 3. And then move everybody else. Just put them there. And then with your second action, if I understand you correctly, you're going to shoot.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You could run multiple.
You need 8 dice.
Yeah, instead of the Russian. Nice.
Is the cannon in cover?
Yes, because you're shooting through woods to get to them anyway.
Okay. Alright, so it's 10s anyways.
You gonna shoot at the cannon?
I'll shoot at the cannon, yeah.
That's not what?
Yeah, it's 10s. That's 1, 2. That's 7. Alright, looking for 10s.
Yes. If he was wearing his,
These things shoot
All right,
a lot faster than they used to. But yes, we normally have to take 1 or 2 rounds coming in. No, now it's like 4 or 5. Anyway, these
you don't want to bite the bullet, I assume.
don't do anything.
You don't want to bite the bullet.
No, not yet.
pretty good.
Yeah.
They would see them off the cut telegraph lines.
There you go.
So a cavalry run,
Yeah, you just got
Cavalry can run as well. Yes.
that would be 8 inches also.
Yeah, but as long as they're mounted, they get that extra 4 inch on top of that.
where'd my lance?
12.
Give me that. Yeah. So like
They can do it as a run so they're hard to hit. In that case, they're just going really fast. So it's hard to hit. And you can do that. You can move through your own units as long as you don't end within them. So let me do me a favor. Do me a favor. Take the farthest horse, measure his 12 inches, and see where he ends up at. Can he clear the infantry? That's a problem.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here's another one. You're going to be here Sunday. On Sunday, I'm going to wear a soccer jersey from Barnsley, and he'll have for one. And his, he's not going to wear is the right size. His will say 37. I have no idea.
It's not if you switch it different. Enough. So, you know what?
Yeah, you can activate a different unit. You can move those guys out of the way before you move the cavalry. Oh, he's thinking so hard. Hey, Damien.
Decisions.
Damien. Carl just asked if the 37 had any meaning. And I said, yes, it does. And I said, he has one with 01. And then I told him about the soccer jerseys. And he's like, I cannot make it out. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, I give him a special prize if he can figure it out.
Mine's too wide. I can't fit in the soccer jersey. That's just too small.
My son gets some all the time. He's over a little slice him up the side. He'll be like,
If you can answer this one, I would be. I mean, I'm not going to be super impressed. You're a very smart person, so and you know a lot about this sort of thing. So it's just
how far do you think you are from your
okay. You don't know which box to take out of.
Favorite Russia? A lot of it depends on.
All right, so they move 4 inches. What would you like to do with your second action? Move
Once we're
again.
done, it has to go.
Shoot.
So that's another factor. But honestly, it's like
I could do a 5 cover.
so really, this
Yeah, you can take cover with them. Sure.
Since this is coming off.
So
I
depending on what
mean,
we
it
see,
will, but not yet. You haven't activated them yet.
Gotcha.
There you go.
we're probably talking.
Right, he's done. Gary, I don't see a dice on yours. So we go back to dials.
Oh, okay.
Scott's red.
This one is Blood and Steel. So this is 19th century Queen Victoria.
So stop.
It's everything within Victoria's time.
Everything within it. So this is actually American Civil War.
just have him ask him if he has an incentive spirometry. If not, we might be getting
So they have,
It's like chess.
have their tactics in general.
this is the measuring tape, and that's how the
See those.
Yeah, so he's moved the horse.
so many inches.
They can move 12 inches. So he's moving one direction. Are you happy with them? Oh, yeah. Run with them.
Yeah, I did the run.
You did it as a run.
So we got everything all the way. That guy's here.
And that's my mom. That's a leader to the end.
Yeah.
That's a pretty much open top.
Oh, not playing.
They just
Yeah, I was like, she's not playing right now. Okay. Go. Not without a helmet.
I've just had this fantastic game playing Blood and Steel with Edgar, Damien, the inspiration behind this game. Played some Civil War, you'll see some pictures either in the beginning of this video or at the end of this video. But I have to tell you, gentlemen, I do appreciate it's fun. You guys have spent really, really
Glad you enjoyed it. Next time you have, you don't spoil what you did at the end.
what I did at the end. You mean I actually almost won the game?
You came in second.
It was 2 of us. And I had him on the ropes.
I'm trying to
We had
market
gone
this.
more.
I'm trying to market this positive.
But you know what? This is one of those things that if you love wargaming, this is the passion of wargaming for anybody who's done this. These gentlemen come up with the game, been hosting the game, and you guys have been all over. He's the same.
Yeah.
So Jamie and I were talking about this earlier, and we were wondering what kind of Popeye spinach and we're going all over.
It's Coca-Cola really. They should sponsor me. That's what should happen. Yeah. That's it.
So what's the
drive?
So what's so the next stop is Texas?
Yeah, Millennium Austin. In November. Don't ask me the dates. Veterans Week.
It's veterans, yeah, 10.
Okay, so with that, so any Shot and Shield listeners or people watching the YouTube or the Facebook or wherever we're putting this on, November at MillenniaCon in Austin, you have to go and see this. You have to see these guys, you have to see the game, and buy the game. Because let me tell you something, I'm normally not a person who likes anything new. Alright, this is a lot of fun.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Seriously.